Would you guys consider yourselves clumsy?
Yes.
Very. Yes.
Yeah. See, I would consider myself the opposite of clumsy. I feel like I'm very like good on my feet and with my hands. Whereas I know people who like okay, so I work with this guy. We'll call him Ron. Ron is probably the clumsiest person I know. Here's some examples, right? Drops things. Holding something, just drops it. Just holding it. Walks around, bumps into stuff, knocks stuff over all the time, every day. One time so I work at a vinyl shop, right? There's a lot of knives to cut vinyl and whatever. A lot of knives around. A knife is a knife. Singular knife. On a table. Is on the table. He hit the knife with his hand and cut his thumb open and bled everywhere.
To death?
No.
That'd be
But
pretty clumsy.
but here's the thing. It was a stationary knife on a table that wasn't being held by anyone. He just hit it on the table. I mean, it's insane. He like walks up and he grabs something and he's like, "Did you need this?" and drops it. Just drops it. Like, how do you drop stuff? How do you drop like as an adult male or an adult anything for that matter? How do you drop stuff?
I feel
Just
incredibly called out.
Do you drop stuff? Are
Yes.
you the guy that drops stuff?
So
That is insane.
the way I describe it is like my brain understands how to do stuff, but there's like a breakdown in communication from my brain. It's like, hey, fingers, do this thing, and then they're just like, ugh.
I have another coworker who's very obvious. He's like so very clearly like has ADHD and needs to like figure something out with that. But that's another thing. I love these people, by the way.
Yeah.
I love them. But my friend who is clumsy, like I understand that there's a breakdown in communications, but I don't get it.
Dude, I don't either.
it.
It doesn't make any sense either.
Joe, you said you're clumsy?
Not in like dropping things way.
Matt, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I'm very clumsy, except if I'm like on my bike. So like if I'm just like walking or standing, I will trip over my own feet or just lose balance constantly. But I can take my bike and post up against something and just sit there for like 40 minutes without touching the ground.
That is so interesting. I swear, it's like some of these people, like maybe even potentially you for that. That being said, having like met you and seen you in person, you have way more control over your limbs than this guy does. Way more. I have no idea how this guy like. I seriously like. It sounded kind of mean at the time, and I apologize. But like, I like seriously recommended him physical therapy because I don't know how he controls anything on his body. It is just unbelievable. The man is like Gumby. I don't get it.
Gumby.
Love him to absolute death. He's one of my favorite people. He's hilarious. He's like this funny ass like kid, but he just acts like Gumby. It's unbelievable. Anyway, I just wanted to share that.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Joe, what you got this week?
Matt,
what you got this week?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What were you gonna say, Joe?
I was sick.
Mm.
I
still
am a little, you know.
Yeah, same.
I went to go take the at-home, little tests that they sent out for the ick.
Yeah.
And they were expired, so couldn't do that.
Yeah,
I don't think it was that.
Tests. I took some at-home tests. Didn't have COVID. It's just some weird summer cold.
Yeah,
that's kicking my butt.
I think I got it from broadcasting last week.
How does that work? I need to understand.
So I think it's like I stress out my throat and my voice too much.
Okay.
So it's like a sore, like it starts out as sore throat and then it becomes like an upper respiratory thing.
That and like lack of sleep wears out your immune system too.
Yeah.
So if you stay up hella late, you'll probably wake up sick.
Well, I wasn't staying up like stupid late.
Yeah.
Well, I also think could be like in tandem thing where like there's column A, there's column B that you guys
Oh,
just
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about, and then column C is where it works together, where like could have gotten infected
Yeah.
if it was
Yeah.
irritated, anything like that. So that makes sense.
It was funny though. I sounded like a smoker at work randomly in the middle of the day on Thursday. So that was pretty fun.
Sounded like me last May every time you tried to record the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I still to this day find wrappers of like cough drops from the 2-month debacle where I didn't have a voice.
Dude, I totally forgot that. Yeah, when we were in Charlotte and you just had no voice the whole time.
Dude.
I totally forgot about that.
And like I was coughing my lungs up, but like I wasn't sick or anything, and it wasn't COVID. I just couldn't stop coughing, and I couldn't find my voice. Like it was unbelievable.
So, what I was going to say though, so I had like a very frustrating day at work. It was one of those days where just like nothing works, right? And you're just like banging your head against the wall all day. And I was like, wow, that sucked.
Yeah.
And then my roommate came home like an hour later and he's like, did your Monday suck as well? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, good. Because every house, my roommate's a UPS driver. And he's like, every house I went to deliver packages to was just complete chaos. And also I accidentally bumped into the roll-up garage door a few weeks back, and then the first thing this morning is my garage door wouldn't open, so I was just stuck there for an hour, and I had to do like 3 full truckloads of deliveries. I was like, damn. So apparently it's a running theme that today almost just knocked over my water. Today was not great. So
yeah, I got very lucky. My Monday was... I obviously, because I'm sick, it wasn't that good, so like I felt like crap, but I was very productive. Not a lot went wrong. I had my Monday days like 3 or 4 weeks ago where everything was just going wrong, and I wanted to punch a cabinet, and I did punch a cabinet.
Yeah, I only have
Don't
2
do that, it
weeks.
hurts.
I only have 2 weeks left on this internship, and I don't think I did anything today.
yeah.
That's okay though, because I did a lot of stuff last week.
There you go.
Yeah.
You'll probably
Fun.
do more stuff.
Well, everyone was
Doesn't matter.
gone last week, so I did like a lot of stuff, and then this week they were back, and it was kind of like, oh, we don't need Joe to do all our busy work now because we're actually here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Foot in the door,
Yeah.
so.
I'll do the intern thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, you'd be a lot more stressed out if you didn't have an internship at all.
It's been a good experience. I've actually been quite surprised because it's a manufacturing thing, and that's not really what I want to do, but I've kind of enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed the people. So, that's a positive.
Hell yeah.
Making connections.
We
So.
like to hear that.
Yeah, connections.
It's
Dang.
Let's connect this to
Dang.
while we're actually here. This is
Ayo.
Vacations Podcast.
We had a nice long cold open because absolutely nothing happened this weekend.
No, I saw a lot of people saying it was a great race. Sure, whatever. I was
Alright.
bored. I was pretty
It was
bored.
good. It was a good race. I wouldn't say great.
Richmond shouldn't have 2 races. Fight
the
me.
best point so far.
Yeah.
I feel like there are a few tracks that deserve. I mean, we talk about this every damn time. But if there are
Iowa.
there's an echelon of tracks that deserve 2 races, I wouldn't put Richmond on.
I would put
list.
Michigan on it
Yeah.
before I'd put Richmond.
Okay, shut up, Joe.
Just because of Chevy and Ford. That's the only reason. Like not anything like the racing's like, oh, that much better, but there's actually a reason to go there twice. There's not a reason to go to Richmond twice.
Yeah, what's the reason? Joe's there.
Part of it.
I mean, so far that's 1 for Michigan and 0 for Richmond. So I
That's
mean,
a
he does
good
have a
point. There's at least a point there. You're right.
Look at Matthew trying to get up on the totem pole.
Yeah.
That's mean, dude.
Climbing his way up the JTN corporate ladder.
JTN holy
Watch out, Weaver.
damn. Matt's already above me because Matt does more than me, so it doesn't matter. Matt
No,
had,
you do the Twitter posts.
He
so.
did
But
more
Matt
than you
did-
for about like 2 months, and then
Matt,
he
did-
stopped.
Matt had a wildly successful podcast that has 3 episodes.
Yeah. I was thinking about that today at work. I was like, I'm gonna work on the script when I get home, so I'm probably gonna do that tonight. So hint hint.
I think you've said that like 2 or 3 weeks in a row now, though. So
That's okay. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
we're not rushing. This
no,
is a
we're
quality.
not rushing.
This is a quality over content.
Yeah, it's the opposite
for
of what
someone
this
who's
is.
supposed to be on a podcast, I don't know any goddamn words.
It's the opposite
You
of
know
whatever
that?
this show is. You know.
I don't know a damn word. No words.
It's
I'm
like,
bring
it's
back
like
the
every
source on this show.
It's like every time I'm in voice with Austin Spencer, friend of the show, and he's like, he's trying to be an announcer, and he's very good at what he does. But I'm like, how do you do that? Like, you can't even speak when you're in here. So,
it's like a whole different brain.
Yeah,
dude, it's insane. I've never met someone who thinks like he thinks. Anyway,
no, I mean like you flip the switch when you do the announcing thing. You like,
yeah.
I just hit the switch.
Yeah, you're Drake now. Okay. Joe, you're usually very well spoken.
Am I?
And you come across well read as well.
I'm glad I come across that way.
We actually, all three of us come across very well read. We seem like we're pretty smart fellas. It's a good thing because we're not smart at all. We trick these people
the
every
heck
damn
out
week.
of these people, man.
That we know what we're talking about. We don't.
There's I haven't raced in over a year now, like sim raced, and people still think I know what I'm talking about when I'm broadcasting. It's great.
You just gotta listen. I'm here for consulting. I'll charge an hourly rate. How about this, Joe? How about this? Instead of that, let's start a new podcast. We'll call it Davey Has Your Download.
Jesus Christ. We'll interview old sim racers.
Yes. Oh my god.
Honestly, there's probably a market there to like talk with like big time sim racers and stuff.
I
actually interview them about what they do.
I'm not even lying. I would love to sit down with like Ray Alfala and talk about like the early iRacing days and the scene and like who was in it. How is it different from then to now? I don't think a lot of people care about that, but I think it'd be really interesting personally.
I think there's a niche there.
An absolute banger episode would be if we could get Ian Dowdy or Justin Melillo and hear the entire downfall of Openspeedway, because that would be fascinating. Because I was like on the fringes of Openspeedway when the whole SNSL breakaway happened. So.
That's a video essay idea.
Yeah. The rise and fall of Openspeedway, and it's 3.5 hours long.
That would get a solid 4,000 views, maybe.
Hey, that's right in JTN's wheelhouse, baby.
Yeah.
That really kind of
incredibly niche content.
Incredibly niche NR 2003
from Fake Racer Studios.
Yeah.
That's what, dude.
I'm gonna write this down.
We gotta do this.
Where's my phone?
I'm not saying we have to jump into this because this is obviously something that's gonna be tossed around and but like I think we need to do that before someone else does. And I don't think anyone wants to do that. So like we have some time. Like
don't worry, Melillo or someone that has all the first-hand information will probably just do it straight up.
There we go. Yeah, I've added the rise and fall of Openspeedway to my notes. You can read it on camera. But
Fake Racer Studios. I love it. Yeah. Someone like Justin Melillo who covers. I mean, it would have to be maybe something that happens during the Coke Series off season because I know he does a lot of the esports coverage. And so I wouldn't want to like do something kind of dumb like while this person's like trying to make a living on this cutting edge form of media that's like, he's already
we're
probably
on like the third or fourth wave back now.
We're like the third or fourth step of this cutting edge media that's at like maybe the 40th step of media in general. Like we're a splinter in the steps of media.
I like to think we're more of a step, but okay.
We're at least like one of the floorboards.
Yeah, we're about a floorboard right now. We're working the step mode.
Hey, we're technically iRacing's base.
That's true. That's a good point. That would be a good. Okay. Anyway, we got to move on to Richmond, or I'm gonna gush over this idea.
I mean, this is again most fake racing we've talked about the last 2 weeks.
I'm telling you,
crazy.
There's something to it.
I wish I cared about the broadcast. I wish I cared about the Coca-Cola series. I just don't care about it anymore. It seems like iRacing seems like it's too much drama. Yeah,
and it's not like good drama. It's not.
No, it's like very much like very toxic.
It's like petty drama,
which is like toxic's like a word that just kind of gets thrown out anytime people like just have big disagreements. But like, toxic from the sense of it affects your day and makes your next day even worse.
In a way, yeah. And again, we're gonna. You know what? Who cares? It's a short show. It's kind of something that I've seen. I kind of saw at one point with like Rocket League had their big LAN tournament this weekend, RLCS, and it's like a it's like a 2-week event, and the championship is like a 5-day like tournament, like bracket style, and like it was interesting to see, like, as it's been interesting to see the scene, the way like the fans maybe get older, or like as things continue to progress and there's a more set in stone kind of system or like community or base, it like the way that the scene matures with it, even though the people that are in it aren't exactly getting older,
Hmm.
if that makes sense. It's becoming more professional. Whereas I think there was a wave after COVID of people who spent a lot of time on iRacing and spent a lot of time getting good at iRacing and are kind of like moving on from, like, the very talented NR 2003 drivers moved on to iRacing. And like a lot of like, it's not the same, but a lot of that translates, and so like we're getting a lot of the drama and infused people getting into the Coke series, or on the bubble of like Coke series competition. And so I think that's kind of like what is causing this wave of weird petty drama and wrecking people, and like the kind of stuff that you would see on your average Wednesday night D-class league. You know what I mean? So it's something that I hope will change as the scene gets a little older. Like the Coke
Yeah.
series sponsorship is still new. It's obviously the iRacing NASCAR series has been around for a long time, but not at this scale. And so
Yeah.
that's what I'm kind of hoping, as it stays this way for a while, it'll change.
It's more, it becomes a social experiment a little more as it grows, right? Because
Yeah.
it becomes people trying to just do things to get noticed,
Yep.
and it might not be something that's at the top of their mind when they do stupid stuff, but it's probably in there.
Subconsciously.
Yeah. And it doesn't make them bad people or by any means, but
I mean, it's just,
you gotta
it's all
keep your
just
name in there,
decisions
right?
yeah, exactly.
But
Okay. Wow, we
Fake
talked
Racers
about fake
podcast.
racing a lot.
Yeah.
I know.
Interesting.
We're broadcasting this week over on JTN too. On JTN
As
as
well.
well. There we go.
We're well read, Joe.
But there's diecast reviews. There's all kinds of stuff over here on JTN too. So if you like my voice, a lot of it's with my voice. If you hate my voice, that sucks for you. Don't keep watching this channel.
You hate Joe's voice, L.
L plus ratio.
Yeah.
But this is Fake Racers Podcast. To my left on your screen is Mr. Davey Hazard.
That's me.
And down below is Mr. Matthew Steelman.
That's me.
And behind me is Mr. Bristol, who was a very bad boy today and decided to open the trash can and take the trash and put it all over the living room.
Oh, Bristol. Come on, bud.
It's not cash money.
Yesterday he ate a whole box of Frosted Flakes.
He is acting up.
He's going through his rebellious phase.
Yes, at the ripe old age of 7.
Yeah.
I just think he's mad because I went away on vacation and didn't take him, but
More than likely.
last week.
So.
Yeah, he's still acting out. That's okay. We're working through it, aren't we, Bristol?
He does not care.
He is sleeping.
He does not care.
He's sleeping like I kind of wish I was yesterday during the Richmond race.
Yeah.
I have a funny story, and this is a real story, so I'm gonna need some serious faces. So, it was what year would it have been? I think 2016. Richmond spring race. Fell asleep during the race. Ended up realizing some things weren't okay because I fell asleep during a race, and it was Richmond. Yeah.
Richmond literally gave you an epiphany.
Richmond gave me an epiphany.
You took a nap mid-race and then you woke up and you're like, I think I'll make better choices.
Yep, pretty much. The big thing was Keselowski was dominating that race and stuff, so it doesn't make sense for me to fall asleep during that. But anyways, not a lot happened, quite honestly.
Yeah.
The race was better than the spring race. I think a lot of people can probably agree on that. Everyone wants to hail anytime we get long green flag runs as, oh, it must be a great race because I'm a big brain and I'm so smart. It's okay. It's okay. You can like this racing. I'm not saying you're dumb for liking it. Just make sure you like it for the right reasons, not just because you got long green flag runs. But
yeah,
other than that,
it was it was okay. It was good. It wasn't great. I liked the drivers trying all the different lines. That was exciting for a little bit.
yes,
That was a good piece of the race.
yes,
Something that I didn't expect would last. There were a lot of guys that were running near the top at Richmond. Weird. For most of the race, and it was
Ricky
interesting to keep
Stenhouse
track of. Ricky Stenhouse,
all the way by the wall.
Yeah. And he wanted to do it again later, but there was a car in the way. It was kind of weird. It's like, hey, you can't do that.
Couldn't even come to pit lane.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Truex experiencing a big setback there.
Man, when they kept hyping up Truex the entire pre-race as like, this is his shot to make it, I'm like, he's not winning.
Yeah. No.
He was like the favorite. He was like the favorite by a lot this week in the betting scene too. It was like he's not winning.
That's crazy.
Like he was.
I get it. He's good at the track, but dang.
He was plus 450, and next closest was like plus 750. And that's a pretty big gap especially for this year, because the odds have usually been the lowest odds have usually been around plus 6, plus 7 going into the race, and he was plus 4.5. It was like, okay,
damn,
it's weird.
Yeah, but the Gibbs cars they weren't as good. They were still really good. They were still better than the Chevys. Chevy didn't show up this week.
Yeah, Larson was the only guy who showed like any sort of speed, and it was like strictly short run speed.
But Ford showed up again this week,
yeah.
And more so this week than last week. Really didn't think they were all that impressive last week. It was just Harvick kind of got lucky with when the caution came out. And Joey Logano just knows how to block on intermediate tracks. He's good at it. That's
two
his
very
thing.
correct things.
Yeah.
But the Fords as a whole were really strong, right? Both RFK cars were up inside the top 10 most of the race. Keselowski fell back on some strategy calls that didn't pan out. I think he was like the first guy on old tires or something, so he fell back. But Chris Buescher ran really well. Kevin Harvick, Eric Almirola, Chase Briscoe was up inside the top 10 for a while. Cole Custer was up inside the top 10 until he had his issues, and that was early. Penske cars were all fast. I think Cindric ended up finishing 12th, and he was the worst of the three. So Ford had a pretty resurgent day.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good to see. I know there's probably a lot of people happy in that camp, especially with Phoenix.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
You got to get there, but yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick's the hottest driver in the series right now, right? 2 wins in a row.
Yeah, I'm a little mad that the field's letting Kevin Harvick get hot.
I'm still. It's like weird. It's not like it came out of nowhere. It's Kevin Harvick. Like
no, and you
don't count him out.
He's like top 10 in points all year. Like him being outside looking in is because of the winners. It's the same thing with Truex, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you don't count Kevin Harvick out.
Yeah.
I'm
still skeptical. It could be. I can't really say it's streaky because he hasn't really gone on a streak yet until just now. But I'm gonna hold my judgment for another week or two until the start of the playoffs.
I still don't trust Ford as a whole this year with their speed. They increased their win count by 50% in the last 2 weeks. That's not good.
It is, but it's not. Yeah,
I didn't realize they'd only won 2 races up until now, or not 2. 4 races up until now. Yeah.
Wow,
crazy.
And Logano was 2 of them, and one of them was Darlington.
Yeah,
and the other one was Gateway.
And then obviously Briscoe at Phoenix,
and then the Daytona 500 with Cindric. So
that's wild.
Wow, I didn't realize. Hell,
not that impressive if you really look at the races. But hey, guess what? Flat tracks, they're good at them. Phoenix, flat track. Ford's got big brains.
Also, strategy at the end. Christopher Bell literally needed a lap. Literally just one more, or even half a lap, and he wins that.
Yeah.
It's like that's got to be agonizing. So
yeah,
it was funny with like 8 to go, and he was like 2.5 seconds back, and Junior was like, "I don't think he's got enough time," and then he's literally on Harvick's bumper coming off of 4 on the final corner. I was like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
So
I'd still rather Harvick win than Bell, because I think
We know.
Toyota. Well, no, not because of that. I've gotten over that. Christopher Bell won me some money when he won that race, so we're even
Oh
now.
my goodness gracious!
He won me $10. We're even.
I think we talked about this before. I was like, I don't expect you. It would require a little more money.
Nah,
To buy you, yeah.
I'm still mad at Joe Gibbs.
What if Joe Gibbs wins you some money?
Nah,
What if Joe Gibbs slides you a $5 under the table? Hey,
500?
5
no,
Christmas.
no, hell no,
No.
no, I wouldn't do it. Okay,
Joe Gibbs told Eric Jones' father that he'd take care of him, and now Eric Jones doesn't drive at Joe Gibbs Racing anymore. So, yeah,
yikes.
that's kind of where
Let's
I'm
talk
a
about the
little-
truck series now.
Oh, oof. Yikes!
Let's move on from that one.
Is that what, should I cut that out?
I don't
I'm gonna
care.
keep it.
Hey, you said it, bro. I don't
Yeah.
give a F word, man.
Thank you.
Come on.
I appreciate that.
I'll say it later.
No, I just please don't. Please don't. Give me an easy week, man. Give me an easy week. No, but to track back on that, it's a joke. Hope it's
Oh my god, we get it.
for future employers, it's a joke.
Oh my god.
I'm
Joe,
imagining Joe doing stand up now, and after every single joke, he's like, "This is a bit."
this is not. I didn't.
Where
I didn't actually mean that.
I gotta wear a T-shirt that says "joke" on it.
Except it's got to be like the way Kurt Busch spells it, which is J-O-K and then radio static. Oh, that has a
Speaking
really
of-
dark. That has a really dark undertone now. Oh no.
Speaking of jokes, Carson Hocevar junking somebody again. What a joke that was.
Obviously, this one was less on purpose. And I do see the merit in the 33 turning down, but like the guy, like he like locked up in the middle of the corner.
Don't be
and
there.
almost
Don't put yourself
hit the
there.
He almost hit the outside wall, and it's like he wasn't. It just doesn't look like he was about to make that corner.
Yeah.
I gotta rewatch it because I saw your
I mean-
tweet where you're saying that he like carried a head of steam. I didn't really see that when I was watching it. I'm rewatching
So-
it right now.
So
It's just the way
Wreck's on the
he carries all the way
33.
out to the wall. Obviously, yeah, the wreck is on
Yeah.
the 33.
it goes back to what you said earlier this year when Matthew and I got a little defensive of Carson, and you're like, no, he just keeps making these mistakes. Yeah, he does. Hey, Davey. Davey, you'll never
Yeah.
hear me say this again. You ready?
Go ahead, Daddy.
You were right.
I know.
Yeah, I think he like locks up after he hits the 33 and like junks himself in the process. I think he just like panic
Yeah.
braked after they hit each other.
Ah, it's
the
just
the
weird.
biggest joke was NASCAR saying he was still on the lead lap.
He was involved in the
The caution
God.
lights come out after Chandler Smith is already like halfway down the back straightaway.
Yeah. And even then, like when it comes to being involved in an accident, usually it's like you gotta be maintaining pace like when that caution happens. So
Yeah. So
yeah, it's just NASCAR not bringing their A game officiating wise for the truck series again.
I don't know,
also
man.
big
I like-
shit.
I'm not trying to drag this on any longer. It's just I'm looking at it and like the second he makes contact with him, his brakes start glowing red.
Yeah.
Like after the contact, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just there are decisions everyone could have made that could have avoided it. Anyway, moving on.
And shout out. Oh, go ahead.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I mean, it's a lot like what we've said about Chastain this year, where it's like,
Yeah.
if it's another driver, we're probably not talking about it. But if somebody who's kind of
Doing
had a rough go of it recently,
yeah.
they're under a spotlight. So.
Which also, haha, Kyle Busch. We got Ross Chastain when Chastain was trying to miss Ty Dillon.
yeah,
My man
that
can't
was the
catch a
perfect
break.
example where it was like textbook definition of just like, yeah, that was 3 guys going for 2 spots and not really anything anybody could have done there. And everybody was like, it's my chance to dunk on Ross Chastain for clout.
I mean, listen.
Hey, dude doesn't do himself any favors, but
there's oh, absolutely, and obviously situationally, it might not be correct, but you sit there and you give that reputation to yourself.
Yep.
It gives other people the opportunity to wind you up and do that stuff. It's like really aggressive players in sports.
Yeah,
like players who are notoriously aggressive. Players from other teams will wind them up on purpose.
Yep.
And obviously, it's not that player that's aggressive's fault, but they have the reputation, and it's just how it is.
Should also say not unjustified in the way that Ross doesn't get that slack from people.
Hey,
also,
none of it matters as long as Justin Marks has his back.
Yep.
Fair point.
Big shout out to Fox for not having the second half of the fields back during the truck race.
That was wild. I didn't know that was possible.
That was probably the worst produced race I've listened to in a long time. Because I definitely didn't watch it because they didn't care enough. So I didn't care enough.
That's saying something because they broadcasted Knoxville this year.
Well, I don't think I got to watch that one.
Well, not really anybody did, so unfortunately.
That one was quite bad. That one is like people say, "Oh, it's so bad." That one was
pretty bad.
That one was
I still can't get over me asking my dad about the race and then be like, "Did you know somebody flipped?" And he had no idea, and he watched the entire race.
It's someone needs to go in there and get that contract away from them.
Yep.
I don't know what, I don't know who, I don't know what, I don't know where, I don't know when, but somebody.
Man, give the truck series to CBS. Just let Alan Bestwick
single-handedly bring prestige back to the trucks by having Alan Bestwick and Connor Daly calling the races.
It's like unironically killing the series. Like, because you had, after Knoxville, Marcus Lemonis, aka the guy who shells out millions of dollars to sponsor the series, is liking and retweeting posts talking about how bad the coverage of it was. And now there's the rumors that Camping World's not coming back.
Oh, no, that's not a rumor.
Or the
that's
announcement,
confirmed.
I mean.
Yeah. And Craftsman's coming back, folks. Don't worry. Craftsman's coming back.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. I think that's kind of cool. But...
yeah, right. Yeah, Craftsman's coming back. I'm sure that's really going to boost the profile of the series. Yeah.
It's not going to do that, but it is pretty cool.
I'm sure it's going to give these truck teams actual money to invest and give them the ability to hire actual drivers.
Well, damn.
Well, it's ridiculous.
It's so bad, yeah.
It's what ARCA was 5 years ago now.
That's... Oof.
Right? I mean...
Ouch. You're right,
it is.
You're right, though.
And it's sad, and it's still better.
Mm-hmm.
It's still better than ARCA was. It's still better than ARCA. But these guys, it feels like they're not learning anything. You know? You don't see that jump from the truck series to the Xfinity series.
Yeah, because now it seems like the career path is get to the truck series, win your race, and then get the hell out of the truck series as fast as you can.
Yep, basically.
I mean, hell, there's the rumors that, Hosfar is going to go up to JRM, which I don't see that happening, but, they need money.
Yeah.
Carson Hosfar don't have a lot of money. Come with them.
He's going to get sponsored by Lids.
That'd be smart.
That would actually be pretty cool, though.
It'd be a smart little sponsorship deal.
I'd be down. The people dunking on Drew Dollar last week should shut up. Let the guy live. Come on.
I just love that, that rumor started entirely by one tweet by a joke account, and people just ran with it. And then you have JRM's actual paint scheme designer is like, stop freaking out. We're not hiring Drew Dollar. And then people are like, I don't know. And he was like, I work for the team. I'm pretty sure I know this.
But Chandler Smith won the truck race. I don't know if anyone actually cares because Chandler Smith is another one of those generic, boring TRD drivers.
Yep.
And is the reason why I hope Ty Gibbs stays where he is for another year in the Xfinity Series, because at least Ty Gibbs is not boring.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Chandler Smith
Can't
is
argue
just
that.
Riley Herbst. And that's not even
With
Riley
talent.
Herbst with anything different. It's just Riley Herbst.
Riley Herbst with talent.
Yikes.
I think Chandler Smith is probably one of the better TRD development guys right now.
Yeah.
I really do.
Wish I could tell you anything about him.
Do not share, folks. Do not
I know
share.
I know he has a kid, but he's like 20.
Just had a kid.
Oh, hey, check it out. Chandler Smith. I bet I know his favorite racetrack.
Yeah.
I share
next-
a birthday with
the-
Chandler Smith as well.
The next one.
That was still the best driver appearance I've ever gone to. Little kid asks, "Oh, Riley, what's your favorite racetrack?" The next one.
So disgusting.
Brother, you're one of two poor drivers. Have an original answer, please. And Austin
next
Cindric
one.
comes up and is just a cool dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
Austin Cindric's just a dude, and then Riley Herbst is like, I'm a race car driver. Do you guys know that?
Yeah.
I drive race cars. I love driving.
still
race
better than all
cars so
Chase
much.
Elliott's interviews this past weekend that were like very sassy for some reason. I don't know if you guys saw any of those.
He's like trying to go evil Chase Elliott. And we're
Yeah.
like, dude,
Chase Elliott was in a mood. I did kind of notice that.
I had a bad run the last 2 weeks after getting gifted a win at Pocono. Oh, yeah.
I just tried to type in Elliott or Chase Elliott, and I typed Elliott Sadler.
This is we really are descending into madness with every
That's okay.
episode.
I think this is better. We've got more views the last couple weeks, so this is better.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Chandler Smith has 5 wins. Oh my god.
Yeah. I think 3 of them are this year, right?
Yeah, 3 of them.
You could have told me that was his first win this year. I'd have been like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like,
I guess.
I'm losing it over the fact that there's now 2 young drivers who have the same birthday as me, Chandler Smith and Sam Mayer.
Oh,
I thought you were
Matt,
going to say
you're so
Zane
special.
Smith, because that'd be pretty funny.
Oh, wait, when is Zane Smith's birthday?
It's pretty recent.
June 9th. Okay, same month. So, yeah.
Anyways. James.
Chandler Smith.
That was it from this past weekend. Noah Gragson got announced for Petty GMS. We all knew that was coming.
To the surprise of nobody.
Apparently Texas might get reconfigured. Do we care? Probably not.
Makes it into another Atlanta.
It would be better than what they have, Matthew.
True.
It would be better than what they have. Supposedly there's a spring Texas race. I don't know what that means.
Yikes.
If we could please get Coda off the schedule, that would be wonderful. We don't need to go there. We don't need to go to Texas 3 times. We really don't.
We really don't need. We don't need to go to Texas twice, for that matter.
Yeah.
I don't think the appetite is really there. I don't know. That maybe that's just me, but
It ain't just you.
I didn't think the Coda crowd was all that impressive. And yeah.
I mean, the Coda crowd's a Formula One crowd.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fair
just to put it bluntly, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look back at last year, the crowd on Friday at Coda was just bonkers.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
And that's okay.
It is okay.
It's okay to try things and them not to work
gave
out.
We gave it a shot, and the racing wasn't even particularly bad. But if the fans aren't going to show up, then
Yeah.
like, why go?
Yeah.
I think the facility's too big.
Yeah.
Like, I think Watkins Glen and Sonoma are like the perfect size facilities.
By facility, how do you mean? Like the length of the track, literally, or like?
Like square footage.
I guess. I don't know.
That might not be. I don't know.
I don't know how. Why would that matter? Explain to me why that matters. I'm not
Just
saying it
from a
doesn't.
fan experience perspective, so you have the ability to kind of go everywhere. I feel like at a place like Coda, at a place like even Road America, it's hard to go everywhere that you want to go with how big and expansive it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Road America
Understandable.
does a better job than most big facilities like that.
Right.
So, but like I feel like
Right.
Sonoma, you can kind of, you can get everywhere you need to go. Watkins
Can't
Glen,
confirm. Yeah.
Watkins Glen looks like you can get everywhere you need to go, especially without running the boot.
Mhm.
Right, that's a big plus.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a good point. Yeah. You
I
would
was-
think a track with the facilities of Coda would like
I think it
bypass
wor-
that somehow.
Yeah, I just think it works better for F1 with being a big facility like that works better with F1.
Hmm.
And that
Okay.
could just totally be a perspective thing. I could be completely wrong. Coda could have the smallest square footage out of all those tracks I just named. I don't know. But
Well, it's 3.4 miles, so it's a big boy.
yeah. And it's not like Sonoma where a lot of it's overlapping kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
it's long, it's not wide. I don't know. Just thought. I don't know.
Interesting.
Kind of wish we would have taken Coda for the Chicago Street Course instead of Road America, but that's okay.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Chandler Smith won. That's how we got here. I'm trying to think if anything else happened. Daniel Suarez is working on an extension. Bubba Wallace got an extension.
Hey.
Kurt Busch still has a concussion. We don't know his status for Watkins Glen.
You know what's weird about that is NASCAR was saying that like if he basically isn't back in the car by the end of the first round, then he'll be eliminated. But I was like, you would think he just wouldn't make the playoffs then, and they would just promote a different driver.
Yeah, they haven't. They've said they're not going to say anything.
Yeah,
Is pretty much what they've said.
It seems weird to me that the plan so far is to go into the playoffs with 15 active drivers when you have this super tight battle going right now.
Yeah, I think it's to Kurt Busch, if we have 2 new winners, Kurt Busch is the guy out, most likely.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, what situation screws over Ryan Blaney the most? Which one can we do?
Martin Truex winning and Kurt Busch returning for Daytona.
Yeah.
Brad Keselowski winning and Kurt Busch returning.
Yeah.
That screws over Ryan Blaney pretty good. The best part is Ryan Blaney won the All-Star race, so it's not like he's like winless this year. He's winless in terms of like, playoff, but
yeah,
I digress. Weekend preview: IndyCars at Gateway Saturday night under the lights.
Should be fun.
Willpower.
Jimmy Johnson.
Alexander Rossi.
NASCAR Xfinity first from Watkins Glen on Saturday.
Andy Lally.
AJ Allmendinger.
Kimi Räikkönen.
He's not in the Xfinity
not in the
race.
Oh, I thought that was the Cup race.
Cup Series. Nope.
Well,
That's
I'm
still
taking
your
Kimi in the
pick.
Cup Series.
Cup Series.
Hang on, I gotta check now. Entry list. What road ringers do we have?
We'll let Matt do this.
Connor Mozak. I don't know.
Yeah, is he in the 18 again?
Okay, Cup Series.
He's in the 26.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cup Series.
Cup Series. Okay, Kimi Räikkönen.
Actually, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna go Danny Kvyat.
Damn it.
Tyler Reddick.
Oh, boo.
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 Boring. Are you kidding me?
Dude, there's a stat.
At least go Joey Hand.
No, I was gonna say Chris Buescher.
So there's a stat I saw that there's drivers representing 7 different countries this week in the Cup Series, which is a
awesome
record.
stat. Awesome stat.
This is my petition to bring back Marcus Ambrose.
You want to know what I'm very excited about?
What?
Amongst all of the amongst like all the talented NASCAR drivers that are going, like the full-time NASCAR drivers going to be in the field, I'm excited to see Kimi Räikkönen, Daniel Kvyat, Mike Rockenfeller, and Joey Hand all battling it out on a road course together.
I can't wait.
Are you kidding me?
I'm battling for 30th.
I was gonna say, It's gonna be the best battle for 30th ever.
It is though. Like that's gonna be so
I'm so
freaking
pumped.
cool. I'm so pumped up for that. Like that's
Just the fact
awesome,
that we get Kimi Räikkönen in a cup car is awesome.
Yeah.
dude. Like this is
It's-
such a cool field.
Sounds like Suarez said he'll be pretty fast. Don't know how much of that is fan service, but you know, wouldn't be surprised, right?
Man, I am very
has good cars.
I'm very excited for this weekend. I just think it's going to be such a cool, like there's going to be battles on track that like if you would have said this 4 years ago, you'd have been like,
Kyle Larson
What?
versus Kimi Räikkönen.
yeah, and DTM champion Mike Rockenfeller bringing up the rear of the field. Like what, dude? Like, are you kidding me? Oh my god, that's so awesome.
But
NASCAR is becoming fun again. It's so cool.
Yep.
Yep.
that's the show.
Okay. There you go. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks for watching this week, guys.
Thank you for listening as well, audio listeners.
Remember, you can follow us on JTN2, on JTN, at JoJo Network, at Fake Racers.
Social media links will be everywhere.
Yeah.
Why you sound so sad? That was a
'Cause-
good episode.
Because the episode's over,
He's
Davey.
sad. That's what I was gonna say. He's sad that it's ending.
Are you kidding me, dude?
Don't be sad that it's over, Joe. Be happy that it happened.
No, I'm just gonna be depressed.
I've never
that it's over.
left this show. I've never left this show early on purpose. But I tell you, I was really close after you said that.
Folks, we cannot thank you enough, though. Watching, listening,
I think
doing.
we can.
All right,
We can
thank you.
Just about enough. Yeah, that's fine.
But we'll see you guys next week right here on the Fake Racers podcast. We're gonna get the heck out of here. Bye. God, this show sucked, didn't it, folks? See you later.